impressive was that with everything else you had going on?
Yeah, Brett had a great game. He settled into things nicely. Missed one early throw, but then kind of things slowed down for him, and started to get into a little bit of a groove. And it was nice that our offense was able to get some momentum going in the right direction and hit some big things and keep them off balanced. And Brett was a big part of that, making some big throws and obviously getting it to the playmakers. But in other games when Brett before again it was just kind of that flow and momentum deal, and we just couldn't really find it at times, offensively. And but this week found it, and we saw the results.
What do you see out of Colorado State so far?
It's a good, solid football team. They're at all three levels. They've got players, and they can rush the quarterback and get after him. On the back end, they've got some guys. Their boundary corner's real good, number 5, and then they've been a very physical team too through the year, and that's shown up on film. So we've got to be ready to be physical right back and pound them a little bit, and it's going to be a fun ball game.
It seemed like New Mexico really was trying to, at least early on, try to stop Jeremy, and you guys had no problem, throwing the ball as well as you did. Sometimes they do the other way where you guys, have no problem running the ball. I guess to be able to be two-dimensional as good as you guys are and be able to have different answers when they attack you different ways, how nice is that as an offense?
Yeah, each week is its own challenge, and each week you're facing different defenses and coverages and pressures, and so one thing, maybe the run game is we got to hang our hat on one week, and then other weeks, if they're stacking the box and bringing a lot of cover zero, then we've got to win our one-on-ones and throw it around. So I thought we had a really good plan going into New Mexico. Understand that they're going to bring pressure, and we're still going to try to run the football, which we did. I never felt like we got out of balance, with things. We were just able to have more explosive plays in the pass game because of those one-on-ones, and attacking their secondary a little bit when they're trying to play, catch man. So
New Mexico's MO seemed to be have a lot of guys in the box, bring a lot of pressure, a lot of man for man. 6 games for Colorado State. You mentioned some of the attributes that they're physical, etc. But are there certain things? They play a lot of guys up close, they cover a lot. How would you assess their?
They want to stop the run, so they're not afraid to put guys in the box. Now they're more of a one-high defense, so they'll close the middle a little bit, play some cover 1, cover 3, and but they try to get guys down in the box. They don't want you to be able to run on them. So I'd say that's kind of their philosophy. We'll see some different coverages and some different ways that they get to their cover 3. And they feel good about their secondary and their corners because they do play some man and cover 1 a majority of the time.
What's it like having a guy like Cedric to throw the ball at who doesn't necessarily kind of need to be open to be open?
Yeah. Like I've said, like we've all said, I guess, since the beginning of fall camp, Ced's a special player, and we finally kind of got him the opportunities and some balls downfield and just showing what he can do to a team. And with all the different weapons we've got, with Spurbeck, on one side and Ced on another side, and then you're bringing in Chaz or you're bringing in AK or all those other guys. It's tough for. Hey, we're going to cloud Ced this week, or we're going to double cover Spurbeck. Well, it's going to be tough. But yeah, Ced is one of those guys that, he's surprisingly strong. He's surprisingly elusive, and once he's got the ball in his hand, it's not like he's just making big plays down the field. He can, make somebody miss and then, rack for good yardage there. So.
And I know we've been, like you said, just to hit one more about Ced, but how much of a natural is he for the position? He's only been playing for a couple years. It doesn't seem like that, and there's I know you don't see these probably during the game, obviously, but there's tweets about this guy during the game of guys saying that he's moving up NFL draft boards, and he's been in an FBS program for 5 months.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's a natural athlete. Again, he was a really good baseball player, played quarterback. Obviously he can throw it. He's just one of those special players that has a wide athleticism, and it's fun to have them on our team.
Did you that first Fiesta Bowl? Did you watch it when it happened, or what was kind of your reaction when you saw it? I think you were coaching in Oregon at the time.
Yeah. I did, watch it on TV. Obviously, a very fun game to watch. It's fun to go back and see some of those highlights, and we were watching some of it this week, and having the same unis this week, and kind of going back to some of that, having some of those old guys back will be great for me because I haven't met a lot of the old alum, guys, and so I hope I get a chance to meet a lot of those guys and connect a little bit.
What was kind of thing that you remember most about it, or maybe watching it, just kind of seeing something kind of crazy like that?
Growing up and kind of, watching Boise State, it's always been you just never know what's going to happen. They're never out of any game, and the trick plays, and just the consistency of winning. That always sticks out. That game, there was some huge plays and some things that were, you don't see it normal, in every football game. So it's just the uncommon things that are sticking out, and then the guys making plays and believing in what they do and believing in each other, and I think that goes all the way through the program for a lot of years. We win a lot of football games because of the consistency, because of the trust in each other, and we've got great team chemistry. So in any situation, we feel like we can succeed, and whatever play is drawn up on the board, we feel like we can run, and it's just that mentality through the program.
As a guy who wasn't here looking at it from the outside, did that first Fiesta Bowl win by Boise change the way you viewed this program?
Yeah, I think it changed a lot of people's mind in the way they viewed the program. As a national contender and a team that's not afraid to go out and beat the big teams. Oklahoma, whoever it is. A lot of bowl success, and games like that are giving you, recognition nationally.
With the when I was asking about kind of the balance, how nice is that, the luxury to have, where you do have a guy like Jeremy, where if you need to run it 30 times you can, and then a guy like Brett and the receivers, where if you need to pass it 50 times a game. I know you game plan differently each time, but to be able to know that either way you have to go, you feel pretty good about it. How nice as a coaching staff is that?
It's really nice. I think it's tough on defensive coordinators, because you can't just stop one side of the game, and it's obviously fun having a lot of weapons. And I know we've talked about that week in and week out. We're just, again, trying to find different ways to get guys the football and, tweak different things, and but make sure we're consistent, doing it. And, again, moving the chains has been big for our offense, just trying to get that momentum going and get that flow. And so on first and second down, we're really talking to the guys about execution, so we're not in third and long or extra long. That's been a big focus, and I think another thing that's shown up in a lot of the games has been, turnovers. We're limiting those turnovers. We haven't had that 8 turnover game or that 6 turnover game like a couple of the games last year, and so I think the consistency and how we're taking care of the footballs has been good.
5 games in